Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Ooh, yes, here we go. We hopped up on that bus. Bird, chill, hide, Roger and Law, we crushing friendly Gus. Bulldog vision, all these boys see is red. What a crappy life, R.I.P. Ed. Heights GMC, you're collecting all the dust. We want the smoke, so come fire it up with us. That boy MT.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. We are your first and your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. Glad you could join us on this Thanksgiving Tuesday. My name is Chill. We got a table absolutely full this morning. Man, what a special guest we've got this morning. But let's see what bus members we've got with us today. Sitting to my right, you know him. He's a UGA graduate and a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stank. His bottom row's seen better days. He only cares about his golf ball. I'm talking about the one and only pride of Buddy Johnson Road, Adam Hightower.
Thank you.
Well, listen,
Dude,
I knew
it's
it.
early.
Listen.
It's early.
you know I have to do that because of law.
Mitch, yeah.
Yes, I have to. So
It's my fault you screwed up.
yes.
No.
Sitting to his right, he looks like chewed up bubble gum with his shirt off. Nobody dries out a brisket like this guy. Best known for bragging about how humble he is. And obviously nobody on Buddy Johnson knows who he is. I'm talking about the brother of Adam Hightower, Matt Opie Hightower.
I just wish I could get my own theme music. I just piggyback off my little brother's theme music.
Just like you have most of your adult life.
Chill. Be better, Chill.
The only reason you're on this show is because
We're chopping for the Braves today. This is Braves music right here. He had a cup of coffee in the Marines. They call him short story long. He survives daily off of 5-hour energy shots. 0% research, but always 100% passion. War Eagle for life. I'm talking about the Bear, Mitch Lawhorn.
Morning, fellas. Morning.
And then our special guest, no intro needed. I'm talking about two-time state champion over here. A lot of rings on this side of the table, by the way.
I started wearing them all this morning, but I didn't want to rub it in.
We've got the father of bus cameraman Jace Thompson, former bus cameraman when we need him, but we've got his dad, Mike Thompson, on set. Coach, how's it going this morning?
Former, y'all fired him already?
Well, we don't do anything that really we're not popular enough to do anything that needs a cameraman, so we're pretty self-sufficient in here. So how you doing this morning, Coach?
I'm good, doing good. Glad to be here.
So we're 5 o'clock. I mean, we're starting at 5 a.m. Because the wrestling team's heading out early. So bright early, Coach Thompson sacrificing. Opie over here driving all the way from Warner Robins. We got a lot of cell phone action coming out of my left and my right peripherals right now, but
Show up late and grab that cell phone.
5:02 is when they came in. So hey, but you know what? They've become spoiled by the stuff being set up for them. So they already doing the guy here. Hey, it'll be there. I'm just gonna show up and talk.
Well, what the problem is, I have early morning text messages. Hey, Coach, I'm not gonna be able to get a ride to the school. So can somebody come pick me up?
So do you feel like that's how they said it in that text? Like
yes.
That the voice they went with?
It's probably a lot more whiny.
Oh, wherever you're watching, guys, make sure you're subscribed. If it's on YouTube, be sure to click on the subscription tab in the bottom of the screen. If you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure you subscribe. Also, TV 35, I got to remind you about this again. There's a coaches poll or a poll right now for you to go vote on the county athletes in football at each position. So make sure you take the time, go on their Facebook page, find that poll, and go vote. So, what's the word, fellas? What's going on? Y'all talked to me this morning. All right, we good?
Good, buddy.
All right, struggling a little sickness going around?
Yeah, I got a couple sick kids sick. I was at ball field from about 8 a.m. to 4:30 yesterday. One of my kids yacked right there on the field.
So y'all that sickness just got passed around well yesterday?
Yeah, my little girl, she stayed home yesterday. She was sick. She didn't go to daycare. So I'll probably be calling in my parents. I'm probably going to be laid up in the bed. They'll be watching my kids.
Hey. But it looks like, thanks for being here. We'll be with you.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm going to sacrifice for the show. I'm going to abandon my children, but I'm going to sacrifice for the show.
Got to.
Yeah.
So it's Thanksgiving week. So obviously we got a lot of plans. Everybody probably going out of town or whatever. Hyde, I know you posed something dealing with Thanksgiving as far as food. So what's that list you got for us that you want us to discuss?
So, well, I wanted to know everybody's top 3 desserts, Thanksgiving desserts.
This is Adam's first list of multiple.
Yeah,
so he's a list guy.
Opie, so I was texting Opie. You know, Opie's flirting with full-time bus membership here. You know, his wife
learned that as soon as he gives up, like he says something, y'all are gonna like shoot him down.
Or is
that just me?
You know what? You know what's crazy?
Is that just me?
You know what's crazy? The part timer here, who had literally nothing to do with the foundation of this show, is like tries to tell me the things that I'm doing is wrong.
I know this is your show.
I
you
know
made that real clear.
I know the audience.
Saying,
I know the audience. I get feedback from the 3 guys in my office.
If anybody knows how to read a room, it's this guy, right? No clue.
So you're saying you got an ear for the people?
I am the people.
You do.
As a loyal listener, you know exactly what people want.
I know what it's like to be a listener.
Oh my God.
So Opie's flirting with full time. You know, it depends on how often his wife will let him come, but he's gonna be here pretty regularly, come around to town. So I shot Opie and Hyde a text the other day because Opie's a new body, and I was like, hey man, we need some fresh ideas. Let's toss around what can we do. Like I sent a list, like what can we do to make the show better? What are we good at? Blah blah blah.
Why wasn't I in this message?
Because you're not fresh, and you would have texted us back like I don't know, a week later. About what you do. So
I gave up on recommending anything because every time I do, it's like, no, that's stupid. You're an idiot.
Well, so you got that was kind of how we wanted that to work out. So that worked out well. As planned.
Now I know how you feel, Law. It doesn't feel so good.
But Height, we started ragging Height because Height's first comment to the text was, "We need more." Essentially, we need more height. That's what he said. We need more Height's high five. We need more.
People have said.
Listen, we hadn't done a high five in months, so I thought it would be good. Chuck says, "Hey, I need you to be a little more creative. You know, come chime in, yada yada." Okay, I do that. No, that ain't really what we
I didn't say no. Who said no?
Stupid over here.
Idiot.
The people want to hear less of it. I know. The people want to hear less.
I agree.
Listen, all I said was let's all share. So this is really a us thing, not a me thing.
I don't feel like it's a us thing. I wasn't in this message. I wasn't in the group message. It's like all of a sudden
you're not in that. I did forget.
Oh, you didn't send that one about the desserts to the other one?
No, I forgot.
He wouldn't have been prepared anyway.
This guy's.
Haley would have done his list.
I don't eat freaking desserts.
All right, you want to do sides?
Huh?
We'll go sides.
I like sides.
You look like a sides guy.
But Up said we already did. We've already done. Y'all have already done sides. It's just repeat of it.
Yeah, that was a year ago. I mean, as Height said, people's palates changed. Height said he wants to see how his palate matured from last year.
Adam's gone through 13 stomach bugs since then. His palate's changed. You know?
I'm pretty sure I've had COVID a couple times. Who knows what things taste like anymore?
So how about we go top 3? Can we enter? Can they be?
Yeah, just mush it all together.
A dessert side.
Because that's the way
no idea what we're doing.
That's what I like to do with my food, anyways. Get a bite of everything and mash it all together.
I like to order a dessert first and then eat it with my meal.
No, you don't.
I do.
No,
I do.
So at Thanksgiving Thursday, are you gonna go ahead? Are you the guy that goes through and gets your plate, puts your plate down, and goes back and goes ahead and get first slice of cake?
I'm not a big Thanksgiving dessert guy.
Okay.
Adam gets pumpkin pie. He loves it. I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy. I'm gonna fill up on.
You gave away number one.
Food.
You just gave away. That's me. I'm a meat eater.
Yeah.
I like meat.
Not surprised.
Dude loves his meat.
PG. Keep it PG.
What?
This guy always
carnival.
This guy always making it dirty.
That's you, Mitch.
I did not. What's dirty?
All right, let's get it going.
All right, somebody, you start us off. All right, start us off.
What was it that thing you said that time we were coaching at East?
That was
sorry. Don't put meat in my mouth.
He said Eddie said he let some deer walk or something, and I said, "Well, that don't put meat in my mouth." Bad comment, bro. That's for
Especially
3 hours. I had to
man.
listen to that.
All right, what you got? Lead us out with let's go with number 3. Since we're doing top 3.
All right, and we're gonna mush. We're
gonna mush them all together.
Mush them all together.
Yep.
All
So
right,
give me your 3.
I'm gonna go sweet potato casserole or souffle.
Soufflet. A little soufflet.
That's one thing I will not touch. Thanksgiving.
That's a good choice.
Love it.
It's good.
It's one of my wife's favorite.
It's
Her grandma used to make that. It's just delicious. I'm not a big fan, but that's not her list.
It's not. It's his.
He gets it.
But it is good.
yeah, this guy gets it. It's not. I'm not a big fan, but it is
guy
good.
gets it.
So okay.
My number 3, which I don't even know if you would associate it with Thanksgiving. I guess we do, but it's about the only time I'll ever eat is green bean casserole.
Ooh,
I like a little green bean casserole, but we don't ever really have it except Thanksgiving. I don't know of any other, maybe Christmas. So I'm going to slide that in. Green bean / squash casserole. You know, they both kind of are really good.
Two different sides.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it.
Top four. Top four.
Together.
What's my list? They were tied at third, so they both honorable mention. MT, you got one? I know you weren't aware of this list, but just
Well, I got.
you were?
I do have a
Wow.
list. I made some notes.
This guy is
I
all
wasn't
about
real sure where we were going with
he
this.
went top 5.
That's kind of prep that wins you state titles, right?
Hot text me, and I wasn't real sure where we were going with this, so I just made a list of desserts and sides.
Okay.
He was
Now
not
that-
clear. He was not clear.
Now that we're mixing them together, I had to go back and rearrange.
Well, how about we do this, MT? You can you can go sides and you can give us your number 3 on each if you'd like, since you were prepared.
Well, I got them all mashed together now.
Okay. Made a change.
But I'm gonna go at 3 cranberry sauce. Oh, delicious.
yes.
One time a
Yes.
year I eat at Thanksgiving.
Gotta have it.
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
eat
Gotta
it?
have
Do
it.
you eat it by itself, or do you throw it on the dressing, or
with the dressing and turkey?
Yeah, it's good.
like just kind of mix in there, or do you have it like separate on your plate?
Well, I have it separate, but no, I'll mix it together a little bit.
I like it on my black eyed peas too. It's good.
My son.
I love. I gotta have it.
Not sure about that.
That's the
son
only
Jack-
time I eat it. It's at Thanksgiving
Yes.
and Christmas.
My son Jack pretty
we
much
get
eats rolls and cranberry sauce. He'll eat
I
about
love
a
it.
can and a half himself.
Good choice.
Your son's not on the show. We don't care about his list. Okay, we're moving on.
Ooh, shots fired from Baby High.
Dang.
Tummy hurt. He's getting lashed out.
On the edge this morning.
That's for those comments about my creative thought process yesterday evening.
That's what creative meetings are for, though. We just
I tell you
toss
what,
things in there.
the people seem to enjoy that comment about.
You're such a bus bully. I don't know.
Is that right? Is
It's
that
tough.
right?
It's tough.
Some
ain't it,
people
Law?
remove themselves from the text message
too soon.
when they get bullied.
Oh, it's
When they
too
get
soon.
bullied?
Too soon, Law.
Sure.
It's too soon.
He'll be
Too
back.
fresh.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, Law, what about you?
I am a at deviled egg. I love a deviled egg.
Yeah.
And my cousin's wife Leslie does deviled egg with dressing in it.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Just
Never heard of that.
delish with a little cranberry on top.
Oh,
My goodness.
Good presentation.
But I love any kind of deviled eggs.
I've never had
I've
that,
had a
but
deviled-
if just hearing the way, I would put that in my top 3.
Yeah,
She would
no.
go. How about this? She would go to like different Thanksgiving things, and there's always dressing left.
She's just crashing people's Thanksgiving stuff.
No, we have like Friendsgiving.
Oh, she was invited.
We got like 8 Thanksgivings.
Oh.
Well, if there's dressing left over, she'll take it and she'll make deviled eggs with it. It's delicious.
That's nice.
It's good.
Recycle,
And I've had
reduce,
deviled eggs
reuse.
with pimento
I like it.
cheese inside.
So does that mean you're having like she's not preparing those for her first Thanksgiving? That's when she's gathering the leftover Thanksgiving for the second round,
I don't know.
or she just pulls
I
them
just
out on
know
the
she's
initial?
like, hey, if there's any dressing left, and then people would just give it to her, and she does it. It's delicious. Delicious.
Hey, I got some eggs sitting over here empty. Y'all can't. If anybody's got any dressing, y'all send it my way. Good shake, boy. All right, Oak.
I got butter beans. Butter beans.
Ooh, I do love a butter bean.
Good choice.
That's weak.
That is
That's my
bad.
list. That's my list.
That's his.
That's just my
It is
list.
his list, but it's
I love
Not your
a butter
list. It's my list.
That's a fan
I mean, of
favorite. in
all
my
the
house.
things, butter beans.
Yeah,
I love butter beans.
hey man,
What's the big
give me the most
Baby
bland.
llamas.
Give me the most bland thing you
really
got.
big ones?
Love it.
Put like old ham in.
Yeah, baby limas with a little ham.
Oh
in
my
there.
god.
That's his number 4. Them baby limas they came in at 4.
Not butter beans, baby limas.
They're
Same family.
good.
Okay.
We used to eat them from that and cornbread as a meal. Good stuff.
Talking
At
my
Longhorn
language, fat boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, what you got at 2? Text Don over there. Don's going ham this morning.
I'm gonna go greens, turnip greens / collard greens.
Cold take. Cold take.
love it.
Spit that out my nose.
This
thought-
dude just
we
went
were
with
having,
butter. He said butter beans.
I thought we were having Respirt's on my Snapchat.
Oh, he's
been,
on my Snapchat. Yeah.
He's been making his homemade.
It looked good.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, he goes with green peppers and onions.
I seen
his.
that. I seen that with the green peppers. My dad puts onions in his.
Man, I love it.
Green peppers.
I can rarely ever get anybody to make them. Lunchroom, West Lawrence Middle School, shout out.
They're
They
good.
got phenomenal.
They are
greens.
good.
Yes. Anyway,
All right, my number 2, and I'm not even going to say the name. Corn. It's not corn casserole. What do you call it? Is it corn casserole?
Yeah.
What's like corn in it? It's bread. Almost like cornbread. You know what I'm talking? Is it corn casserole? Is that what you call it? Casserole?
Corn casserole.
I feel like I had a different name.
Cornbread casserole.
You're a casserole guy, I think.
Love casserole. They call me casserole, actually. So.
Love them carbs. I want to take a
You
vegetable
look
and
like
make
a
it a carb.
casserole. I'm gonna start calling you casserole.
Yeah, I just don't want green beans or corn. I need it in a casserole.
Right, so
How can I eat vegetables but still get fat?
if you could have stick them lima beans in a casserole, this guy would have been all over.
I do love some lima bean casserole. MT, what about you? Number 2.
Well, I'm going with it ties in with my number 3 because you got to have these together. Again, probably the only other time of the year I eat this is number 2 at dressing.
Dressing?
My favorite, yeah.
We were trying to avoid the obvious, but
I like the dressing depending on who makes it. I've had some.
With onions.
That is big.
Mine's got to have onions.
Yeah, I like some.
That was
of
my
in there.
number 1. Dressing's my number 1.
Yeah, I'm not
I
real
could
picky.
just eat dressing.
That's a way to skip your 2.
No, well,
and
he
his
already
turn.
said it. He
His
already said it.
two in turn, actually.
Well, dressing was my number 1 on the sides, but since we're mashing them all together, dessert
Oh,
sides.
that means you got dessert.
Well, I
Even
mean,
better.
it's my
Well, if y'all have any leftover dressing, I know somebody that
I know a guy.
needs
Can make
somebody
deviled
to
eggs.
make
I know a
some eggs
lady.
out of
I
it.
know a lady.
sounds like a.
I'm
She
intrigued.
may just show up to your Thanksgiving and
It's
get some.
delicious.
I'm not sure where I stand on those sides, deviled eggs with leftover. It sounds like a stomach virus, like Hot's got. It might be what.
Look,
might be why
look at it. Look at everybody.
It's almost green.
I wish I could zoom the camera in on my boy right now.
I don't. I feel like I may need a bucket right here beside me.
You finna vomit?
And we're
Right
talking
on-
about food.
Right on this guy.
I mean,
Right
I
on
feel
this
like we
guy.
could do the
Look
show
at
without
Opie.
you. Hot.
This pair of shirt
could be a first.
looks nice.
Chuck's the only one that's really got to be here. We
I
can
like
live without
Opie's
you.
comment. Opie's comment at the very beginning. Somebody at your house is always freaking sick.
A lot of them turnip greens to give them tummy aches.
Getting hot.
Yeah,
It is hot in here though.
it is a little warm. He don't have, and he don't
I'm
have,
like keep it cool in here.
he don't have a big gulp like me and you to cool him off.
Oh, y'all should share that. That would be
Get a sip on that chicken cup right there.
It's the perfect time of the year to get sick.
All right,
You know?
moving this along.
That way
All right,
you
Law.
can go to Thanksgiving and spread it to all the high towers.
Law number 2, since you already did 1. What's your number 2?
My late great Aunt Gail used to make, and I think Donna makes it now for us, or maybe my Aunt Brenda. But it's like a 7-layer salad. It's a
7-layer salad. Peas, mayonnaise,
me and my
lettuce.
cousin Jay. That to me, that it really probably would be my top 1, but we only get it around the holidays. It's delicious.
I forgot. Hey, that's a sleeper there. Now, my mom makes that, and it is fantastic.
Cousin Jay
Bacon
Wood.
on top, cheese.
Some onion in there.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
You ever had that, Oak?
No.
Do you like? Are you a salad type of guy or no?
I like regular salad.
It's it's one of those things. If you name all the ingredients like that, you probably because there's like a mayonnaise. There's all kinds
Yeah,
of
mayonnaise. I hate English peas, but it has English peas in them.
Man, it's so good.
It's good. The only time I'll eat English peas is in that. I don't like English.
It's
peas.
one of those that's real good too. As you get near the end of your plate and everything's kind of got sloshed together in there.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it just adds that
Nah,
extra
we
flavor to
don't-
everything.
My plate doesn't slice together, man.
One-
I keep it
Mine don't
separated.
I like to keep mine separated too.
You don't look like a guy.
I don't.
You definitely don't look like a guy that
No
keeps
lie.
stuff.
I don't like my food touching.
Here's what I know.
goodness.
I've never had that. However, I have had Miss Jean's cooking, and everything she's ever cooked that I've had, I've enjoyed it.
She's
So
gonna
I'm
love
in.
it. She's gonna hear that and she's gonna love it.
I'm in on that. Shout out Miss Jean.
And them dogs, real quick. Wow, them Toombs County
Toombs
dogs.
County Bulldogs, baby. Took down number 1 Thompson last weekend.
She's her and Big Kev's heading up to Rockmart. Anybody looking for a ride? They head up to Rockmart Friday. So long way from home.
I bet all them. What's that? Double A.
You need to say something good about Toombs County right now because the people there are listening. And ever since you blasted
I'm
them,
just blasting on Rockmart. I bet all those Rockmart fans are. Everybody in that classification is just loving Rockmart still playing football.
because
Hurting that wrestling team. Right
yeah.
now.
All right, oh,
Rockmart is a
Number
pretty good
2
wrestling.
is dressing/stuffing.
Stuffing.
Or is it dressing or stuffing? It's pretty much
what's
the
the
same
difference?
thing, right?
What is the difference?
I think it's just where you put it.
That was good, Oak. MT love that.
But I agree with the comment earlier. It's all about who makes it. And our mama makes good dressing.
Fact.
A little giblet gravy on top of it.
Oh yes, gotta have the gravy. Gotta have.
I don't do the gravy.
I'm out on the gravy
cranberry
also.
sauce. I'm with you on the cranberry sauce.
I do the gravy and the.
I may have to try some cranberry. I've never really had.
And I only like
Not a
the
big cranberries.
canned cranberry sauce. I don't like the stuff with the actual cranberries in it. I like the.
I don't know.
That's
That's
right. like a big thing of Jell-O?
It all comes in a can.
That's right.
Well, some people make it all together. And,
So people grow their own cranberries.
No, I mean-
you know.
okay. This guy. Hey, we've enjoyed your appearances here on the show.
You are a great addition.
There's nobody that loves this more than this guy here.
Adam's down here farmed the table. We're just trying to talk about King Cranberry sauce.
Oh, this would be like me and
before-
Jamie on the show. I swear. Every time y'all argue, I think it would be like Jamie sitting right.
Well, Josh, loyal listener and bus picker last week, Josh Cruz said that when Jamie gets back, we need to have you two, you and Jamie, and him and Justin on
You
here, and
wouldn't get to talk.
and me be the mediator, and just have nothing but brother versus brother arguments the whole time.
I feel like Jamie and Adam would team up against me and Obi. I feel like that's how it would go.
Bullies.
But
You better get me
here's
one
what
right
happened.
now while I'm sick and don't feel good.
When you're weak.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, before you hear our number one, we have passed first commercial break time, so we are going to take a quick commercial break. On the other side of the break, you'll hear our number one, and then we'll dive into some football picks. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back. For all of your commercial and residential real estate needs, give Premier Properties of Dublin a call at 478-274-1606. Their customer service is unmatched, and they'll give you the deal that you want. Again, that's Premier Properties of Dublin at 478-274-1606. Title sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 per month, you literally can't beat it. Visit them on the web at www.j2streaming.com. Proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Elite Comfort Solutions. Based out of Lyons, Georgia, they specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. Call them today at 833-483-HVAC or visit them at www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com for a quote. Elite Comfort Solutions is a proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Is your house dumb dirty? Caked up mud all up in the driveway? Too much to clean and too little time? Give Sweet Onion City Exterior Wash a call at 912-326-1615 for a free quote today. Sweet Onion City Exterior Wash is a proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Are you riding around the 478 or the 912 with a vehicle that is as ugly, dirty, and smelly as Height? If so, head on over to Big Peach Car Wash located across from Walmart on Highway 80 in Dublin, Georgia.
Getting ready for a weekend with friends? Be sure to visit Black Shear Beverage with two locations, one at Georgia 300 and the other at Highway 280 in Cordele, Georgia. Black Shear Beverage, proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. Opie's lost a layer of clothing over here. Now getting to show off them handles on the side right there. Was really upset about his seat location too. Wanted to switch with you so he wouldn't be exposed on the end.
Sorry, bud.
Got a little warm in here though, and you're warm. And Height's throwing a little body heat from sickness. So, Height, what's your number one? Let's hear that number one on that list real quick. We're gonna wrap this up. Been a long list.
Well, the city over here already gave it away. It's pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie's for me. I love
Typical.
pumpkin pie. My mama makes the pumpkin pie, and I have in Thanksgiving past eaten entire pie.
Typical Opie right here.
Yeah,
Ruined it.
he's a know-it-all. I mean,
He knew your list for
yeah,
you.
he knew it, and he wanted to spoil it for the world.
Because I know people were riding sitting on the edge of their seats waiting.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way things are.
So my number one again is not like I think pumpkin pie. I think Thanksgiving. When you think of mine, you're not going to think Thanksgiving. However, we eat it every Thanksgiving. Is cheesecake, and I'm a huge cheesecake guy.
Big cheesecake. Yeah.
Yep. So my mom,
Good pick.
my mom's got a lady that goes to her church that makes phenomenal cheesecakes and sells them. So shout out to we got a few birthdays and we're above Mitch's. My sister, we were able to celebrate her, and she's a loyal listener, diehard listener to the show.
Law's birthday was what, Monday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, but I wanted
happy
to-
belated Law.
But
Thank you.
I wanted to prioritize this. I wanted to go with my sister well before him. So
Okay.
happy 40th birthday to my sister, Brooke. And we were
Happy 55th. Is it?
45th.
55.
Third.
I tell you what,
I'm younger than you.
you look much older and less healthy than Thompson.
Good gracious.
Thompson's got one coming up too, right?
Tomorrow, actually.
Man, birthdays everywhere.
My fiance's was yesterday.
And she's
Haley.
what, 35?
She's 39. 39.
And you're
Yo.
55?
45.
There's a massive,
Gracious.
there's a massive appearance in age between you and your fiance.
Oh, for sure.
She looks
I
young
look
and you look
younger.
old,
I look younger.
and you look weathered.
I look younger. What you
Weathered.
said?
You look weathered.
Weathered or leathered?
Both.
Yes.
I
I shaved it. I'll tell you what. I got a bad sweet baby face. I shaved his beard off.
I wish you would.
I did
I wish
last
you would
Halloween
also.
for my.
I remember when you were Clark
for our
Kent.
costume. I was fat Superman is what I was. fat baby face Superman. Is what I was.
I have had multiple people, and even I think Opie, who is a people, with the ear to the person with the ear to the ground for the people, that have said that your voice sounds like you're in your 80s.
No one has
I've,
said that.
I've
That
had
is-
people
yes, I have.
watch on YouTube and say, "Man, I did not think Law looked like that."
Like I'm better looking.
No,
What do they think?
No, I look worse than
They
what
pictured him as an old man. No kid. I swear.
That's true.
I feel
I'm
like
not
y'all
making
had
that
this
up.
in the group message.
I swear. Of course, I also
And
had.
that's why they left you out.
No, I'm out of the group message so they can talk trash.
Listen, I
That
also
is
had-
not what people
That's
say.
exactly what I'm not
I've heard
making that
no
up at all.
people say that.
Some people,
Well,
They
they told
wouldn't tell
me.
you that.
They told
My
me.
people are not y'all's people.
many
My
people, many people have said.
But your people know you. These
Yeah.
people don't.
But listen, and I also got a buddy Travis who's like, he's an Auburn graduate who says, "Hey, War Eagle," and he's fired up to have an Auburn grad on the show.
I'm not an Auburn grad. I'm not all right. And actually, if my granddad, my uncle would die if he ever heard me say War Eagle. I mean, he would literally croak.
Said, "Don't worry, Uncle.
he
I'm
hates
not an
Auburn.
Auburn fan. I'm just not very smart." That's
I'm just a Georgia Southern War Eagle fan.
Hates Auburn. I have no idea why, but he has always hated Auburn.
that's good.
So happy belated birthday to Law, and early birthday to MT,
Thanks.
and to my sister again. Happy 40th birthday. So that circle me
You
back
and
to the
Jay got the same
cheesecake.
birthday?
Yes.
Circling back to the cheesecake.
And
my mama does a
Steve?
great blueberry
Think
cheesecake.
so.
Ooh,
And my mom.
Great.
Your mom.
When does that
I don't
surf?
know your mama's.
She'll make it for
Depends.
holidays. Yeah.
November birthday.
You can't tune him out. You can't
You
tune
turned
him.
yours off.
Got us all.
All right, let's finish up this list.
Conversation.
Well, when does the blueberry cheesecake make appearance? Just all
On special request, but major holidays.
I'd like to have that.
That would be good.
Blueberry.
right, MT, you're number one.
Well, before I give my number one, I want to give some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Since I had two lists, couple honorable mentions. Mashed potatoes.
Is, by the way, the number one side online. When I was looking up sides online, mashed potatoes came in at
Dude,
number one.
if there are two Cliff Clavens sitting at the table,
You had to
The
look
number one
at,
side.
I had to
in the
look
United
up
States.
lists.
That's what I'm saying.
him and him.
You had to look up lists. You couldn't pull from your memory bank of Thanksgiving sides.
Thanks,
He was giving you statistics, dummy. He's giving you statistics, okay? These are-
Thanksgiving's been so long ago, I forgot what the size was.
Hey, can I finish my honorable mentions?
Yes,
Please.
It's hard. It's hard.
Turnip greens. Peas are big, like white peas or zipper peas.
Are these Thompson Farm peas?
A
do
lot
you
of
grow
times,
peas?
yes. We grow a little bit of everything on Thompson Farm.
Now, are you? My dad.
It's not our specialty.
No, just
Nuts and melons are our
Right,
specialty,
that
but
is true.
we grow a lot of.
Are you a Now my dad's so much of a zipper pea guy that I've seen him several times get a piece of white bread, throw some mayonnaise on it, and just do zipper peas.
Wow.
Like a zipper pea sandwich?
Zipper pea sandwich.
No, I'm out on that.
That sounds delicious.
Never.
I've never heard of that before.
That's
yeah.
I tell
basically
you
what.
what,
Drop some pepper on it.
That's basically what an Impossible Burger is.
You throw some tomatoes on there,
I think he
sir.
just goes.
man.
I'm sure no one big kid. I doubt he's against that. Like I can't imagine.
That sounds
That's
great.
where you
That
got
ain't
your
where I thought you was
casserole
going
love
with
from.
that. That's not, no.
All right,
That's
here we go.
basically a zipper pea casserole when you
All
think
right, pop
about it.
down, Opie.
All right. And then some of my favorite honorable mention desserts. I'm a big chocolate cake layer guy. I like that. I'm a big cake guy in general, but love a good pound cake. Brownies is always a favorite. Cheesecake, was that how you said cheesecake? Or you said cheesecake is one of my favorite. But my
Lot
all-time,
honorable mention here.
but my all-time favorite Thanksgiving dessert, which is a good dessert all the time.
I think the whole show's been this list, by the way.
Yes,
Just
it
in
has.
case y'all-
If only somebody could have warned us what this list was going to turn into.
This thing we almost
You know-
did two
I
lists.
wish
You know what
could
the-
blow up
you know
the
what's
message
crazy?
of it.
You know what's crazy is if we just did the list and interrupt know it all over here didn't keep messing things up, we'd be finished by now.
Oh. All right, number one, pecan pie
Great choice.
from a nuts and melons farm.
Wow.
Pecan pie. My grandma used to make the best pecan pies. They were
My dad
great.
loves.
But the best all-time pecan pie, my wife's step-grandmother, Wynell, makes an unbelievable pecan pie. It is.
Is that a recipe that'll get left down the line, or is it something only she can probably do?
Yeah, probably only she could do. My wife, not much of a cooker.
Ooh,
Shots fired.
call it out.
No, she's good with that.
Jamie, I
she'll
think
admit
you're
to
an
it.
excellent cooker.
She owns
I think you're an excellent cooker, Jamie.
Clicker.
She's talented in a lot of areas, but that is not one she likes to. She just don't like to cook.
I can relate. All right, Law, you're number one.
He already
you
took
already
it
said
with,
it. That's
He already
right.
took it with a dressing. But
Right.
I'll give
No, you're good. You're good.
give a shout out to my Aunt Sue. She always makes a cheese ball that I sit around and eat while we're waiting to eat, and I'm pretty much eat it by myself. So I'm gonna give an honorable mention to a cheese ball. It's got nuts and stuff on top.
Yeah.
I wonder what Raji would have said.
Mac and cheese, for sure. Would have been.
Ooh, that is
would have been
a good
your most
honorable mention.
basic-
Nobody mentioned.
Oh, you still hadn't done your one.
I didn't know.
Oh, I forgot.
Mac
Was
and
that-
cheese. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, that don't feel good, does it? It don't feel good.
We got him.
Ruined my
Well,
number one.
Raji, for the
this list
listeners,
is making me so angry. I don't.
Raji couldn't be here today. He's working on his OnlyFans content. He told me he's in a little niche group that he eats ice cream out of his belly button, and that's how he makes his Christmas money. So
I'd pay a little bit to see that.
yes,
A little bit to see that.
That's what's got
I
Adam
would
feeling
not.
queasy.
I'm not sure. I don't know what the replay value is on something like that, but apparently there's a group of people that enjoy it. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, that is good. So sorry, Ope. I didn't mean to ruin it. Right, I thought you had already.
That worked out really well for me.
So
My wife's mac and cheese is the good mac and cheese.
So it's homemade
Homemade.
mac and cheese.
She does make really, which his wife's a pretty good cook in a lot of different things. But anyway, she does make good mac and cheese.
all right, been a long time coming here. All right.
Man, just listen to it.
List number 2.
5:30 in the morning on the bus we ride. Give me your ears for Heights High Five. Woo!
And you know, that reminds me, this guy over here wants us to change the intro music. He wanted us to
I
get rid of
didn't
Roger's
say
music.
I want to change the
did.
intro music. I said there's some people who
You know
don't
what?
like the
Listen,
intro
there are
I
people that are
defended it.
there's always people that you just got to
Allegedly.
filter that out. Filter that out. Don't bring everything to the table.
How hard did he defend it?
No, you can't have rabbit ears when people, which you wouldn't know that because you ain't been doing it in the show business as long as we have. But
That's true. That's true.
all right, so this is a little different spin, a little different take on Heights High Five. This is Heights High Five UGA trivia.
Oh,
So we got a little trivia here.
wait.
I love trivia.
I love it.
Despite
Cliff loves
half
trivia.
it.
Surprise, surprise.
Listen, I got to figure out who Cliff is.
Watch Cheers. He's a guy. He was on
believe
Jeopardy.
you've never seen
He was
Cheers?
on Jeopardy one time, and so now he sits around the bar, either knows what it is or completely makes it up that they know what it is, and say it with 100% confidence.
Look it up.
listen, I once gave a full teaching lesson to our receptionist at work about how breastfeeding works. So I agree. I am an expert on everything.
Hey, with those puppies, I believe it. I believe it. All right.
good.
So, who are the 4 players that have their number retired for the University of Georgia football team?
Herschel.
Herschel's one. And this is a group effort here, so just shout it out.
Do you know them all already, Opie?
No.
Well, write that down.
Oh, sorry.
Write it down. He doesn't know.
Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
No?
Nope.
Who's the guy that
I'm
won
about
the
to-
Heisman in 42?
Charlie Trippey?
Charlie
Yeah,
Trippey.
Charlie Trippey.
All right, I've got 2 guys. I don't know where y'all are at on this. I've done my work.
All right.
Are the other 2?
The other one you should know. There's one you should not know. You want me to just give it to you?
Give us the one that kind of just a decade of years that the one we should know. Play.
Similar to Trippy. I give you first name, Frank.
Tarkenton.
That would be Fran.
Frank.
And we already said that and already said no.
No.
I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sinkwich.
Yeah, I wasn't got that.
All right.
That's the one we should know. Or
That's
should?
the one you should.
Okay.
I mean, if you know UGA
that's
history,
tough.
you should know.
I don't.
All right. And then you said Herschel. We said Trippy. And then Theron Sapp. And so I was at the game weekend before last, that Ole Miss game. And I looked up there and saw number 40. I was like, what? Sapp? What's he ever done? So I Googled him. He had like 1,200 career rushing yards for Georgia or something. He did nothing impressive except UGA had been on a 8-year losing streak to Georgia Tech, and he played defense and offense and scored the only touchdown and won 7-0 right after the season. They retired his number.
So was he the first one?
No, this was in the 50s or 60s or something like that.
All right, what's number 2 on the list? Was that number 5 or was that number 1?
That was number 5.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. Career passing leader for UGA. Figure this was a little bit soft toss here.
Aaron Murray.
Aaron Murray, yep. Who is everybody knows Herschel Walker's number 1 career rushing yards, right? Who's number 2?
Garrison Hurst.
Nope. He's still in the league right now.
Nick Chubb.
That boy.
Good call.
All right. This one's a little tough.
Hey, need a little help from this side of the table over here.
Is it Chubb because he played?
It's him
years.
because he rushed for the second most yards.
Well, I understand that, but
Look at how mad
He hates it. Man, he hates that. He hates it. And he's looking at him.
if you play more years, you're bound to have more yards,
Could.
Okay.
right?
True, but I mean, you walked into that one now.
Well, the leading rusher only played 3 years, so that's
Anyway, what year?
Leading rushers also in a lot of lists the number 1 football player to ever come out of college football.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, we're all
There's
saying
a
the same
reason
thing.
for
If I
that.
did my list,
There's a reason
he
for
would be
that.
number 1.
Yeah.
But we can't have any more lists, though.
We're listed out.
Listed out today. What year did UGA join the SEC? This is pre-World War II.
I got nothing.
Pre-World War II?
That's exactly what I said.
He did say that. I heard him.
I think I heard it too.
Yeah.
I thought they were still in the Southern Conference back then. I got no idea.
1932.
Okay.
1932.
Stare at me. I don't know.
Well, you're a history guy. I thought, I couldn't.
All right, now.
I don't
what
do
it
years.
was, so.
Who is the only
I don't make my
SEC
kids learn
team?
the years
Here's the last final question. Who is the only SEC team to win 3 straight national championships?
The only SEC team. to
Only
win
SEC
3.
team to win 3 straight national championships.
Alabama.
No.
Are they still?
Texas A&M.
Minnesota.
Are they still in the SEC?
Yeah, currently.
Never
Guys,
happened.
it should be pretty obvious.
Never happened. Oh, dogs in a couple
UGA,
months.
yeah, a couple months. Here we are. Dogs, huh? I mean, three-peat.
Hey.
Listen, my little words mean nothing in comparison to Kane Kirby and what he's done to prepare these boys for greatness.
I agree.
I don't like it.
I agree. All right, that's our second list. We got to take another quick commercial break. On the other side of this break, we're going to have our football picks, see where Coach Thompson stacks up in the guest picker for the week. So y'all stay with us. On the other side, we will be right back. Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. It's time for our football picks, but before we get to that, real quick, we've got our Brian Subs winner. We, in typical Bus fashion, didn't make a post this week, but we're going to go off of last week when we had the big turnout. So this week's winner is Wanda Givens. So congratulations. Them applause get louder on the back end, but congratulations to Wanda Givens. Be sure to go by the Brian's, tell them the bus team sent you. Enjoy that free half sub courtesy of Brian's Giant Sub. So, a couple of games to discuss this week. Opie, we'll start with you right here if you're ready. I know you got your notes over there locked and loaded. We've got the Egg Bowl coming up. So we've got, let me pull it up right here. We've got Ole Miss on the road at Mississippi State. They're playing Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, and it's Ole Miss minus 11.5. So who you rolling with?
So Mississippi State fired their coach. They're reeling. I think Ole Miss is going to take out some aggression that they feeling a little down after the Georgia game. They beat up on Mississippi State pretty good. I've got Ole Miss.
That's it.
That's it.
You made it out like this.
I'm so disappointed in that.
Well, he had
Yeah.
one. He
Where's
had
it?
one that.
We pulled an audible. We can change our mind.
No, we're
Wow.
I mean,
Wow. This is literally the only reason you're on the show.
I wanted to hear
I thought about
a joke about
maybe
how Adam disappointed his wife.
I just want, maybe sometimes I play it straight. Is that okay?
No.
Keep us guessing.
No. Not
okay.
okay.
I'll know next time.
Oh, my
Who you
gosh.
got? How many height?
Ole Miss.
That it?
Yeah. I'm the straight guy. That's what I do. I keep it short and sweet because normally other people get long-winded.
So this game I feel like is always typically close. It is the Egg Bowl, but I just think Ole Miss's offense is too powerful, and Mississippi State, as you said, they're not playing really well. So I got Ole Miss big. I think that's a small spread. I think they beat them pretty good. MT?
Well, I agree with Chuck. I think this game is close a lot. I think Ole Miss is 9-2. Mississippi State is 5-6. Like Opie said, they have fired their head coach. They got an interim coach. He's in trying to prove something. I think this could be a close game. Nah, I don't. Ole Miss going to be big.
Oh, I thought you I don't know.
Not so fast.
Ole Miss is going to be big, yeah. I think that spread is a little – I think at least 2 touchdowns, at least, if not 3 or 4.
Who you got over there, Long Win?
We'll go against the grain.
Pulling a Kirk Herbstreit here.
I am. I like Mississippi State. Mississippi State's covered the spread the last 6 of the last 10 times they played Ole Miss.
Okay. Hey. Nice, concise, to the point. Hey, give me some notes on that, big guy.
Nutsies.
It's coming, though. It's coming down the line. All right, Opie, pick 2. We've got Oregon State at Oregon. Oregon State getting 14.5. And they're playing for an opportunity to play in the Pac-12 championship. And it's a rivalry game.
Yeah,
What you got?
The Fighting Dan Lannings have quietly put together the 10th ranked defense in the country, scoring defense,
That's
to go
unlike
along
Oregon.
with the 2nd ranked offense scoring in the country. So I've got them winning big.
You got to feel like that's what Oregon's always missed. You feel like when you think of Oregon, you think they score a lot of points, but defense hasn't always been great.
Dan Lanning's got it fired up.
What about you, Hype?
Oregon.
I think I'm gonna go Oregon State here. Just rivalry. I think Oregon's really good, but they're both playing for something. Oregon State's not a bad football team. Lost a close one to Washington this past week, but I think they bounced back from that in the rivalry game, and I think Oregon State. I'm not calling for a win, but I think they cover.
If I'm not mistaken, Oregon needs to beat Oregon State to make the Pac-12 championship game.
I think so. Yep. Same thing for Oregon State.
I think that the 14.5 scares me a little bit, but I think Oregon still. I'm still taking Oregon. I think they put up a lot. I agree with Opie. I think their defense is much improved.
Got that dog in them on defense.
That's true.
I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game, but in the end, I believe Oregon State will cover.
Not calling for the win, just the cover.
Yeah, they'll just cover.
Okay. I noticed you still got that red dot. Is it?
No, I don't.
It's there. MT, you see a red dot right between his eyes? Look at MT real quick.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's something right here in my eye.
All right, I'm about to say, what about you? All right, we got the Dogs. A night game at Georgia Tech, mixing it up, throwing a little night game. So 7:30 kickoff over there, I believe. Georgia minus 23.
All right.
Going to Atlanta.
So Georgia Tech is actually 8-2 against the spread this year. The offense is looking pretty good, but Georgia is like a female engineering student at Georgia Tech. Going to have a lot of opportunity to score. They're going to win big, but not by more than 23. Georgia Tech in the points.
Okay. There he comes. Is that more what you needed, Hyde, or what?
That's in the right direction, but not up to your typical standard. But hey,
you got to shoot your shot.
Nobody bats 1,000.
Yeah. So I'll go Dogs. Dogs real big. I feel like and Tech is better.
Shocker.
Tech is better. However, the roster, the talent gap on both rosters is too much. Georgia wins easily.
I think a night game in Atlanta. I think, and I know they're Tech it known for their home field advantage, but I do think
it's a tiny stadium.
It will, but I think they're gonna. It's a rivalry game. I think Georgia wins, and I think Georgia wins by a couple touchdowns. But I wouldn't be surprised if a late touchdown by Tech cuts into that 23-point spread. So I could see Georgia up 28, Tech scoring a meaningless touchdown at the end of the game to cover the spread. So I'm going to take Tech with the points, but Georgia still to win pretty big.
Well, Law can speak on this. We both know how difficult it is to repeat as a champ. It's very difficult, even when you're really talented. And for the Dogs to repeat last year was, incredible. But for them to three-peat, even tougher. But
Sure.
Dogs by 50.
Dogs by 50.
Dogs by 50. It won't even be close. If they play as well as they have the last 2 weeks, I was skeptical the last 2 weeks. I was a little nervous. You know how Jace is. He's all, it won't even be close. I'm like, Jace, I'm telling you, these dogs by 50.
Dogs by 50.
No trap game before Alabama?
No.
Well, I feel like everybody's comparing.
Can't trap
Georgia
Kirby,
Tech's.
You can't trap the trapper.
You can't trap the trapper.
I feel like what you're saying is Georgia Tech's doing better this year in the ACC. I mean, I'm also dogs by 50.
Dogs by 50.
Show you the difference between the SEC.
Can I change mine?
Yeah.
Dogs by 50. I'm with it. I'll change mine to dogs. I'm pulling a Mitch on air, changing it. Then that way, but I'm also pulling Mitch. That way I've said both. So whichever one happens, I can say it. I can say I said that one. So
That's not true.
all right, Ope.
I've never done that. Never.
I've never done that.
All right, Ope, you got Ohio State at Michigan. Ohio State getting 4.
All right, so I started researching these two teams. They are very similar. Great defense, run the ball well, only throw when they have to. Extremely weak schedule. Man, they have not played anybody other than Penn State. But Michigan is better against turnovers. They get those more. So, Chill, what does Adams Mullet and Jim Harbaugh have in common?
Here we go.
Get ready for a letdown, boys.
What you got? I don't know. I can't think.
They're not with us right now, but they still inspire us. I've got Michigan winning by more than a touchdown.
That was pretty good, Ope.
Okay, I didn't see it going that way.
I like for you to do better jokes like how he disappoints his wife. I really like those jokes.
He just needs to bring that one every week.
Yeah, every week. Something to do with one game about how he disappoints his wife. That's
All right, who you got?
This was a tough one to pick.
It is.
Because I like Bigger Ed Machine over here said that neither one of them have really played anybody, so it's really hard to gauge how good each team is. However, Michigan has won the last 2, and I think they win the third one. So I'm going Michigan and points. Excuse me, Michigan to cover.
I like Michigan as well. Neither one of them have impressed me at all. Again, I just don't think they play anybody. Marvin Harrison has had a good year, but not a great year. But I think that has a lot to do with quarterback play. You know, he's the guy they got now is not C.J. Stroud. So I just don't. I don't even know if I'll watch this game. I probably will, but I think Michigan wins. I wish both of them could somehow lose, but I know that can't happen. So I think Michigan wins and covers.
Well, I think Michigan's won 2 straight. No Jim Harbaugh. Both teams are undefeated. Ohio State has not won since 2019. All things point toward Michigan, I think. But I think the factor in this one's going to be is Ohio State is sick of hearing about Michigan. And this is one of the better rivalries to me in college football. I could care less about either one of them. I'm like y'all. I hope they both lose, but somebody's got to win. I'm taking Ohio State. I think they win the game outright. I think it's going to be really close. But I think Ohio State wins. I think they're just sick of hearing about Michigan. They're sick of hearing about Jim Harbaugh, and they just
aren't we all?
They've been real quiet about it. You ain't really said a whole. I think they've been eyeing this one for like they always do, but I think they got a little extra motivation. So.
What about you, Law?
I got my stats a little different than yours. I got that Ohio State is 8-2 in the last 10 times they played.
Well, I said 2019, didn't I?
It was the 19, 20,
yeah.
21.
Yeah, they didn't play in 20, I don't think.
All right. No, well, regardless, I also
listen.
Ohio State,
and I haven't looked at this, but if I had to take anybody's facts, I'm going with UMT.
I love that Mitch.
I mean, I'm looking at it right here. It says 8-2, dude. I mean, my bad. My bad. This computer's wrong. Regardless,
dude wanted to fact check somebody so bad.
No, I'm not. That was the thing I was going to bring up. Is they're 8? I mean, they might have lost the last 2 times they played, but they won the 8 times before that.
So what happened?
Ohio State's a better football team than Michigan. I believe they'll make the Final Four. I think Michigan's going to get kicked out of the Final Four because of this game. Because I believe Ohio State's going to beat them bad.
All right, so Ohio State. All right, last game.
Good pick.
Last game's tough one to pick for. A lot of, you got some rivalries, but none of them really good. But in honor of Big Raji, We've got Florida State still with an 11.5-point spread traveling to the Swamp with a backup quarterback. You hated to see Jordan Travis go down, which you got to feel like is going to make it a lot tougher for them to make it to the Final Four. And so we'll pick this, and then I got a quick question that was posed. We're running short on time, so let's make this one kind of quick. FSU minus 11.5 at Florida. Who you got open?
I've got FSU and the points, or excuse me, FSU even with the points. Yeah.
FSU to cover.
FSU's going to win.
Man, that was hard. My mind was reeling right
I wanted to pull it all and do both.
Who you got?
Go Gators.
Go Gators. All right.
Win outright.
I think outright.
Outright.
Go ahead and end that run right now. I think Florida covers. I'm not calling for a win outright, but I do think they cover. I think a lot of momentum. They're at home. They're bad now. Don't get it twisted. Florida's not very good, but I think Travis has a lot to do with Florida State's success. So I'm gonna take Florida.
I think all fingers are pointing toward Florida in this one. Gators have lost 4 straight. This is another one of those great rivalries in college football to me. Talking about some good old-fashioned hate. This is one of those. It's in the Swamp, senior night, sold out crowd. You got to think that's going to make a difference. FSU's without Jordan Travis. Tate Rodemaker's going to make his first start since 2020, I think. I think he started one game in 2020. FSU will also start a backup quarterback in Max Brown. But I think FSU still wins by at least 2 touchdowns, even with the backup. I just think they're more talented. They win it.
Law.
I was thinking it was probably going to be a coin flip based off of the record. I mean, it was this FSU's 6-4 in the last 10 times they played. They're 5-5 against the spread. Both teams are. But not so fast, my friend. I believe Florida State is going to just wampus the Florida Gators.
It's going to be bad.
Dismantle.
Dismantle. It's
Okay,
going to be
Florida State big.
Huge.
They just not so fast himself.
He's just not so fast.
I did. Not so fast myself right there. I believe it's going to be huge score right here. Like Florida did. When Travis went out the game, they continued to score with the backup.
When he said it could have been a coin flip, he meant in his own mind. He had no idea where he was
There's too
going.
many weapons on that offense.
All right, so question that
Travis is not just their offense.
that Stephen Doucheward posed in our Douche Nation text, and we'll hit this real quick because we're already short on time. But let's hypothetically, you've got Ohio State or Michigan in the Final Four, right? Hypothetically, you've got Washington in the Final Four. Then it comes to an undefeated FSU. Let's say FSU wins out with the backup quarterback, and then a one-loss Georgia if Alabama beats them. Do you hold Florida State out because they don't have Jordan Travis? Does that impact your decision of they're not as good as they were, so I don't think they're worthy of the Final Four because of losing Jordan Travis? This is assuming Georgia lost a close one to Bama.
Yes, hold them out. One loss Georgia
an undefeated
team,
ACC champ.
One loss Georgia team versus an undefeated Florida State team without their best player. There's no contest. And if you're the committee, if you're college football, you want the best game. You want the best teams. And it's obvious that they might have a great resume, but if you lose your best player, you're not the best team anymore.
All right.
Well, FSU's resume is weak. Their best win currently is versus LSU, and they have been middle of the road in the SEC. If they beat Louisville to go undefeated, that will then be their best win. I'm not impressed by the resume, and like he says, I think if they're starting quarterbacks out, they're just not the same team. So I'd leave them out. Take dogs.
Any thoughts on this side over here?
If they win their last 2 games and win the ACC without Jordan Travis, and they're undefeated, I just despite not having their quarterback, I think it's still hard to leave them out. I mean, I'm like you guys. I'd love, even if Georgia don't run the table, I would love to see Georgia still make it in. And I think they're probably the better team, but how do you leave them out? They're sitting there undefeated. Like, I just find that hard to believe.
Well,
they're not going to.
No.
And Georgia's going to be left out because Alabama's going to go in.
In the past,
shut up.
They have.
I think they want to leave Georgia out.
Oh, you're saying they're not going to leave Florida State out?
If Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship,
I
and
think
they go
Georgia's out too.
and they stay with Georgia's out, Alabama's
I
in.
think so too. I don't
FSU's
agree
in
with it,
if
but
they go undefeated. But I believe FSU loses to Louisville in ACC championship.
In the past, the committee has said that record and head-to-head and all that stuff only comes into play if they think the teams are very close quality-wise. It happened when Penn State and Michigan or Penn State and Ohio State had some stuff where Penn State beat Ohio State, but Ohio State ended up getting in. And they looked to that head-to-head, and the committee said that only comes into play if they think that they're equal teams, and then they look to that. I don't think you can compare those as equal teams.
Yeah.
If Georgia loses to Alabama at SEC title, Alabama goes ahead of them.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
And Georgia's out of the top 4.
I think we could be sitting here in a few weeks or whatever after season wraps up. There could be a lot of. I mean, you think Oregon beats Washington? There could be a lot of people vying for those playoff positions. You got Texas still at 1 loss. Like there's just a bunch.
I believe Opie said it last week. He don't think there's going to be an undefeated team in the Final Four. Didn't you say that you believe they're all going to be 1 loss?
But listen, let's say, I mean, we're running low on time, but Ohio State or Michigan, one of them is going to have 1 loss. Okay, let's say Oregon beats Washington. Now you've got Washington and Ohio State or Michigan. Let's say Bama beats Georgia, Bama, Texas, Oregon. Like you're going to have 6 or 7 teams that have 1 loss, and you're going to be. Then you got conference championship. I'm sure they'll factor all
Here's the thing: popular belief throughout the sports media industry is that Georgia is by and large far and away the best team in college football right now. Even if they lose, they're still going to be. If they lose a close game to Alabama, you're not going to drop from 1 to 5. It's not going to happen. Especially with
they're still going to rank Georgia above Alabama.
No, I could see them going to 4.
And Georgia going.
And then Bama.
He's saying Bama go to
Georgia
3.
Go to 4. Georgia goes to 4.
Georgia goes to 4, and Bama goes to 3.
Yeah, and then
over undefeated Washington.
No, well, I mean,
1 loss.
FSU.
1 loss Michigan.
Whoever wins the Big Ten would be number 1. If Washington's undefeated, they'd be 2. Bama would be 3. Georgia's 4. FSU would be 5. That's my opinion.
How's Texas not up there? They beat Alabama and they got 1 loss.
That's just my opinion.
Your opinion sucks. How many times I had to tell you that on this show? That your opinion is horrible.
Darn idiot. All right, guys. Hi. Bring us home, bud.
All right, be sure to give us a follow, a like, a share, a comment, whatever on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check us out on thebiguglysportshow.com.
Ooh, yes, here we go.
I'll be going home to take my vitamin C after sitting next to this guy. I got to get some gummies in.
Good luck to the Raider Wrestling team, Law.
Y'all go get them, Law.
MT,
Stay off your back. Stay off your back.
Closing thoughts, MT?
Keep watching the show.
Oh, subscribe on YouTube. Forgot that one.
There you go.
We appreciate you. Again, we are brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. Be sure to tune in next week. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Anything else? No. Hey, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing today,
get up on that bus.
He really just blowed that he need a hairpiece. Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, they call me Big Roger. Yeah, but sometimes in they cut, they call me Bevo Lottie. We stay with the facts that you know we gon' discuss. Fussing or fighting, yeah, we get up on that bus. Yeah.